All right, everyone. I love this book by Donnelly, printed in 1883, because he talks about the drift, which is the name for all material of glacial origin found anywhere on land or at sea. And he argues that the drift does not come from glaciers, but it came from above in cataclysmic fashion. And he talks about artifacts brought up from under this drift. He quotes Professor Alexander Winchell, who says, "I had in my possession for some time a copper relic resembling a rude coin, which was taken from an artesian boring at the depth of 114 feet in Illinois. And they say the markings on the coin were not stamped as with a die, nor engraved. They looked as if etched with acid, and around the border were undecipherable hieroglyphics. This object was sent by the owner to the Smithsonian Institution for examination. And that was a big mistake, because the coin is now lost. The presence of the coin and of implements of copper and iron proves that mankind had passed far beyond the Stone Age. There is a Pompeii, a Herculaneum, somewhere underneath central and northwestern Illinois or Tennessee, of the most marvelous character." He goes on to say, "How petty, how almost insignificant, how schoolboy-like are our historians, with their little rolls of parchment under their arms, containing their lists of English, Roman, Egyptian, and Assyrian kings and queens, in the presence of such stupendous facts as these. This catastrophe was indeed the fall of man." We also know scholars have been puzzled because a number of texts refer to Saturn as the sun. For example, Ninurta, the only deity the Babylonians are known to have certainly identified with Saturn. Saturn, who makes the good tiara, the rainbow ? Flash like lightning. And I would bet that missing word is either bridge or mountain. So let's take a look at the good tiara of Saturn, this divine council, this ancient wheel of fortune. Let's take a look at 3 of the dominant manifestations of this assembly of the gods. They're showing you the bull of heaven. Mainstream will tell you the bull of heaven simply refers to the constellation Taurus. But this is how you know that is not true. This is that torus field with the two that we have been looking at. Saturn, rejoicing in his stature, my hero, you who are like a bull. And that is from the exploits of Ninurta, aka the exploits of Saturn. Now the Ikur, it is the assembly of the gods. So we can have a better translation. With the text about that wild bull. The Lord cried, alas, so that heaven trembled and earth huddled at his feet and was terrified at his strength. The cosmic mountain became confused and went out of the assembly of the gods. The mountains were devastated. That day the earth became dark. The Anuna trembled. The gods dispersed. The Anuna disappeared over the horizon like sheep. It caused a rain of coals and flaming fires. The fire consumed men. This is that torus field with the two. No different from this one. That torus field that was created by the assembly of the gods. Kabbalistic astrology places Saturn in the most lofty and vital domain, the closest of all the planets to crown and the will of God. In Hindu texts, Shani refers to the planet Saturn, the son of sun and shadow. The fig tree is the abode of Shani, Saturn. The tree of life is the abode of Saturn and the divine council. That black sun. Now the Mayans remembered that squatter man with those two pesky dots. And in the Popol Vuh, they speak of the heart of heaven that brought the flood. Within the heart of heaven, which was the heart of the sky, there are the three: Saturn, Mars, and Venus. It was the time before the sun, the moon, and the stars appeared. and they speak of the harm that was done by the two in the presence of the heart of heaven. For me, this is an echo of the winged disc above the tree of life, battling the serpent. Black sun, Parat instabilities. They saw that awesome splendor envelop Saturn like a garment, bound him, just like bound Kronos. They remember when Saturn's splendor covered the land.